Right. So actually, just before the show, and while I was sort of scrambling around, backstage, we've got a brand new look image of Alien Romulus. It's a promo image. It's a shot in the film. We're going to take a look at it in a minute. But it is actually ties us quite nicely to one of our super chats, which came from WCW2793 for $5. And he says, "Do you think we will see egg morphing in Alien Romulus? I would love for it to come back, because it was a terrifying concept in the original film, director's cut, as it showed the xenomorph was capable of reproducing in the event there was no queen nearby." Are you familiar with egg morphing or not? Do you know what that is? So egg morphing in the original Ridley Scott Alien, in the director's cut version, it was removed, and I don't really know why, because it was a really good scene. But basically, at one point, Ripley's in the depths of the Nostromo, rummaging around, and sees Dallas. Is it Dallas or Brett? I think it's Brett. Turning into a xenomorph egg, just literally just morphing into an egg, like an egg is sort of consuming his corpse. So the idea is egg morphing is an element that xenomorphs can do when they are when to establish a hive, basically with no queen present. The xenomorph will establish a mechanism by which they can generate more eggs with organic matter. So it's not necessarily humans. It's just an organic life form can turn into an egg by some sort of chemical process. That's egg morphing. It's pretty Lovecraftian and messed
horrifying. Up. Yeah, it's sufficiently horrifying. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. So
little body horror for you.
So yeah, so I don't think we will see it, but maybe, and if we do, that'd be great. What do you think? Because that's one of the super chats. So.
I'd love to see it. I look, anytime you can bring something new to a universe that respects what came before, plus move along the story, like, because there are going to be situations where the opportunity doesn't exist. There's no queen around. You need something to happen. So, and I think you could probably build a story around that, like, have that happen in a colony, and then there's nothing around. There's no queen, there's nothing, but like it slowly starts to take over the colony just by that, because that's it. I mean, basically spreading like a virus, which is kind of the same concept. So yeah, that's what parasites do.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that super chat. Yeah. But let's get into this new image that was revealed. There's actually a lot here. Here's the image. Romulus Lab, sorry, not Prometheus Lab, Romulus Lab, authorized personnel only, Weyland-Yutani, and something in the middle. Now, I'm going to test your knowledge here, Culture. What's that in the middle? Do you know? I see you squinting there, mate.
Yeah, I'm blind. Looks like either a wolf or a bear.
Okay.
Help me out.
That is the Capitoline wolf. So she-wolf from the legend founding of Rome, Romulus and Remus. So Romulus and Remus were nurtured by the Capitoline wolf.
Makes sense.
It does, but there's more.
Oh boy.
Well, I think there's more. Let's dive into it with the symbolism. I live for this shit. I love this stuff. I genuinely love this stuff. So the space station is called the Renaissance Station, which is also another term for what? Culture. Rebirth. Renaissance is rebirth.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. So it's the Renaissance Space Station, Rebirth Space Station.
Okay.
Romulus and Remus. What did they establish?
Well,
Rome.
Right. Yeah, Rome. But I mean, in the typical
rebirth. What?
Okay, but from the story, I mean, they were twin brothers, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So it's the Rebirth space station,
Okay.
Romulus and Remus, birth of Rome.
Right. Wow.
What are they establishing out there? What are they giving birth to? What are they experimenting on to the degree that they're establishing a brand new what? Because it's the renaissance, it's the rebirth of what? I would go so far as to say it's the rebirth of the xenomorph, the rebirth of maybe humanity out there.
Oh,
There's a lot of symbolism there. A lot of symbolism.
You're gonna have to lead me along a little tighter. So
I just did.
I know. I appreciate
Is that because you're getting flamed in the chat right now?
Yeah, I'm getting nuked, getting destroyed.
I don't normally get the time to flex my mythological.
I'm appreciating it. I'm appreciating it. I would have thought that would have been them trying to work on a reincarnation or extended life, but that's that would have been
part of it. I mean, it's the rebirth, but you've also got to tie in Romulus and Remus as to it as well. Right? You have to tie that into it.
I wish I had been
module, Remus module on the Rebirth Renaissance station.
All right.
I think it's fascinating.
Indeed.
I think it's incredible. It's brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant stuff. And I think it's a great image.
Will you be disappointed? Well, yeah, but I'll ask: would you be disappointed if? Would you be disappointed if they don't lean as heavily into that symbolism and stuff?
No, because I think, I think it's important to note, like you can see it there. I mean, the symbolism is already in the film,
right? Oh,
it's
indeed.
Alien Romulus, right?
Yeah.
The Renaissance station, Rebirth space station,
right?
And they're already putting the symbolism in the film already, so it is there,
right?
I mean, what are you saying? It needs to be. Would I be sad that it's not?
There isn't something more.
Would I be sad if it's not handheld through everything?
Well, or a little more explicit in its delivery of the symbolism.
Well, so the story of Romulus and Remus, right? Romulus built a city wall. Remus jumped over it, was killed by his brother. That's part of it. But Romulus consolidated his power. And also he increased its population of his city, the city which was named for him. So he increased that as well. So there's that. I mean, there's a lot here that could be going on. There's a lot here that could be going on. I think it's great. I think it's I think it's fascinating. I don't think it needs to be as explicit. I think the explicit element. I think there's a lot there already. I mean, if you're going to follow the myth of what Romulus did, the Romulus module is his city, right? It's named after him. He's consolidating his power in one module. He's going to expand its population, the module's population, on this Rebirth space station with quite literally fugitive and asylum seekers in the sort of myth and legend, and he's going to turn them into his citizens. Now, what if the citizens? I mean, that's the symbolism. There is the citizens are going to be xenomorphs,
right?
There's a lot of symbolism there, actually, when you unpack it. Loads of people will say, "Oh, blah, 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 you're reading into it." Piss off, mate. This is fun. I like this stuff.
I actually
see. Great. I live for this stuff.
Well, and it takes us.
My eye.
Yeah, but it takes us back to the trailer, right? The where like you had two open pods. One of them, like, something hideously bad happened murder wise to the other, because you had the, what is it called, fratricide. That, right, where when you kill a sibling, right?
Yeah.
Because remember, you had the pods right next to each other. You and I were talking about it when we were watching the trailer, and one was fine, and the other one was just like, it looked gruesome as hell. You remember?
There's a lot. There is honestly a lot here.
Interesting.
In fact, Mikey from Mexican Iron Man YouTube channel, has tipped $5
Hey,
and says, watching culture get nuked by Mr. H on alien lore is immensely entertaining.
I love Alien, but I don't watch the director's cuts and stuff like that. And I don't have time. I'm too busy watching my favorite YouTuber, Mexican Iron Man.
And says, I think culture should give all of his subs to Nate for punishment. That's brilliant.
Mike, I used to love you.
Brilliant.
Why is he so mean to me now?
I don't know.
I miss him.
So yeah, so there's a lot there. There is a lot there. Horseradish Power says no, Romulus and Remus have been sent down the river and found by a wolf, and she raised them. We've covered that bit already.
Yeah.
We're now furthering down the myth of Romulus and Remus, the establishing of Rome. So no, we covered that bit. I think this is great. The symbolism I'm all for. Like, I'm all for the symbolism. There was a lot of symbolism. Like, I love unpacking this stuff. It's what created this channel at the very start, quite frankly, all the Prometheus and Alien Covenant stuff. So yeah, I would say that Alvarez knows what he's doing, hopefully, and the symbolism is there. It just needs to be unpacked. But it's definitely exciting for me.
Sounds amazing to me. Plus, I like the Wayland Yutani emblem right below. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like the Wayland Yutani Empire at that point, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Cool as hell.
There you go. There you go. I think we'll shuffle on from that now. What do you reckon? Anything else to say?
No. I mean, now I have more to appreciate about the film. So there you go.
There you go. There you